So 700D is having an EFS mount. It's a crop sensor camera. It's also called as APS-C camera. Also, full frame is called as camera with EF mount. It is obviously called full frame, and it is also called 35 camera, right? So the main reason why we use DSLRs in dental photography is because these cameras can accept different lenses. Okay, where the lens is going to fit onto the camera is called as a mount. So this is called as an EFS mount, and this one right over here is called as an EF mount. All right, so this is an EFS mount and this is an EF mount. Let us go ahead and have a closer look at both the cameras. So this is an EFS mount and this is an EF mount, right? You all can see what is the difference between the two. Yeah, so if you can appreciate, there's a mirror over here, and behind the mirror we are going to have our main part of the camera, that's the sensor. All right, so the sensor of a crop sensor camera is having a dimension of 18 by 22 mm. All right, which is 1.6 times smaller than this full frame sensor. The full frame sensor is 24 by 36 mm. All right, so the main difference between these two cameras is the sensor size. The sensor size of the crop sensor is 18 by 22 and the sensor size of a full frame is 24 by 36. And these camera bodies can accept different lenses. So do we have lenses on my table? Yeah, we have a lot of lenses, and we are going to be seeing a lot of lenses today. This is not a lens, this is my glass for green tea, so I'll just take that off. But we are going to see a lot of lenses today, and we're going to see what is the difference between these two, all the lenses actually. But we come back to our camera. So obviously, if you can appreciate, these two cameras cannot have the same lens designed for them because the sensor size is different. All right, so what I'm saying is, if you have lenses made for different cameras, this is how it's going to be. A lens which is made for a crop sensor is going to be called as an EFS lens, and the lens made for a full frame is called as an EF lens. All right, let me go back one more slide. So this is an EFS body, so obviously it is going to have lenses which are called as EFS lenses for itself. So crop sensor body, crop sensor lens is an EFS lens. However, lenses made for full frame or EF mounts are called as EF lenses. So this is an EF lens, this is an EFS lens. These two lenses are not the same, they are different lenses. All right, so let us see what is the difference, how they are different from each other. So what I'm doing basically is I'm digging in as deep as possible so you understand the technicalities, and I'll try to make it as simple as possible for all of you all. But it's really important for us to dig in deep so that you are thorough with what photography has to offer to all of us. I'd still request you all, people who have not shared a watch party, please share a watch party. Please share so that others can also see. This is where the things get interesting. All right, let me show you what are the different parts of a mount. So you can see this is an EFS mount. All right, I'll go back to this slide so you can see this is an EFS mount in high magnification. I wanted to show you so that you can see what are the different parts of the mount. So you can see this red color dot is EF mount mark, the white color dot is EFS mount mark, this is the lens release button, and these golden color points are lens CPU contacts. So this is how my camera is going to connect to my lens. All right, so this is the close-up of any mount, EFS mount to be specific. Inside this we have a mirror, and behind the mirror we have the sensor. All right, so what I am saying is, an EFS lens like the one that you are seeing here, an EFS lens is made for EFS mount cameras. That is this one, that's 18 by 22. All right, so this lens, that's 1855 EFS, is made for my crop sensor body, that is my 700D. So 700D lens is EFS. This is exactly what I'm saying. All right, EF mount. This is the EF mount camera. That's the full frame 6D. The lens made for it is this one. You can this is one example of a lens. There are many lenses, so you can see this is an EF lens. It's made for EF cameras. All right. So I hope you got that correct. Let us dig in more deeper. A lens made for EFS mount, that is a EFS lens, that's this lens. All right, EFS lens, that's this lens, is engineered in such a way that it put lights in a smaller region like this. So this lens, the back part of this lens, this is the front part, this is the back part. The back part of this lens is designed in such a way that it's going to put light only in a small area, that's 18 by 22. However, a lens which is made for EF mounts, which is this one, just an example, 100mm macro lens is an EF lens. It is designed in such a way that it put lights on a bigger area like this. Alright, so EFS lens are going to be putting light in a smaller area, obviously, because the sensor of this camera itself is small, so the lens also is going to put light in a smaller area. However, EFS lenses are going to be putting or projecting light onto a bigger area because the sensor itself of these cameras is bigger. Okay, so yeah, Archana, you have shared it. That's good. Thank you for sharing it. Whosoever is going to start a watch party, you will get sharer written above your name. So that's how you make out if you are sharing a watch party or not. All right. So let us dig in deeper. What will happen if I put an EFS lens on an EF camera? Can somebody tell me? So this is the second question. For the first question, people who have answered what is the main difference between 700D and 6D, if you answered the sensor size or crop sensor or a full frame, that's the right answer. Please award yourself 10 points for that. So now my next question, that's the second question, is what will happen if I put an EFS lens, means the lens made for a crop sensor, on a full frame body? What's going to happen? Can you tell me what's going to happen? This is a very, very intelligent question. I want you all to think for 2 minutes and then answer me. Put your answers in the comment below. What will happen if I am going to put, what is going to happen? So my question is, what will happen if I put a crop sensor lens, that's EFS lens, on a full frame body? Can you tell me? Image will be cropped. No, that's not the right answer. Full portion of the sensor won't get exposed. That's a very, very nice answer. Bandish. Thank you so much. That's a very good answer. A part of the sensor is not exposed, Nili. Yeah, you are right. Amazing. So most of you have I know, Aishwarya, I'm just hypothetically saying, if I put EFS lens on an EF mount, hypothetically, what is going to happen? First of all, it will not fit. I know it will not fit, but I'm just saying that imagine if I fit. If I fit, what's going to happen? That's my question. So can you answer to that? That's the thing that I want you all to think about. Anybody else? Varun, there will be a cone cut image. Yeah, it's almost similar to that. It will act as a small aperture. Be more specific, Meet. Bala, image is skewed. I don't understand what you mean by that. It's a cropped image, Asutosh. Let us see what's happening. Most of you have answered it right. Yes, most of you have answered it correctly. Let us see what's exactly going to happen. So what I'm saying is, if I put EFS lens on EF mount, see what is going to happen. All right. Only a small part of that sensor is going to be exposed to light. Okay, so this is the camera that I'm talking about. Please understand that our camera is an instrument or a machine which is light tight, means it does not allow any amount of light to come inside it. So the only light that comes from it is through the lens. All right, otherwise you will get blind spots because it's a light tight machine. So if I put an EFS lens, means a lens for a crop sensor on a full frame body, is going to be like this. Alright, so only a small part of the sensor will get exposed and the remaining part will have black corners. That is called as vignetting. It'll be, the image would be something like this. Only one part of the image will have something like an object, but most of it would be fully black. So this is what the corners will look black. So this is called as vignetting or vignetting. Some people would like to call it vignetting. So this is not a great thing to have. So what happens is, in Canon cameras, EFS lens would not fit at all on EF bodies. That is what I'm saying. But there are ways to fix them. Let's not talk about those ways. Alright, but this is what is going to happen. So most of you have got it correct. I'm really happy and amazed by the depth of your thinking. It's great to see you all working with your minds and with all your heart. Om, that's the correct answer. I would still request all of you to share a watch party, right? So let's go back to our slide. Now tell me what will happen if I put EF lens on EFS body. Can you tell me what will happen if, this is the third question, what will happen if EF lens is mounted on an EFS body? Think about it for a minute and then answer. Take your time to answer, but tell me what is going to happen. Can you do that, and is it going to happen? I'll give you 30 seconds. Anybody who can answer this? Anybody who can answer what's going to happen if I put a lens for a full frame onto a crop sensor? Can vignetting damage the camera if EFS lenses are used on EF cameras? No, it will not damage the camera. Higher exposure of sensor zoomed in look. Ushaina, you are right. Amazing answer. Full frame lens on crop sensor focal length will be multiplied. Om, you are right. Nili, the sensor will be completely exposed beside an area around the sensor. You are right. You are right. So most of you are right. Nili and others. Aishwarya, overexposure. Aishwarya, no, overexposure is not going to happen. No. Overexposure won't happen, Namrata. Overexposure won't happen. No. It will work, but it's not an overexposure. So I think Vignesh is saying nothing will happen. We will be EFS effect. No, there is a difference. Vikas is saying 100 mm will become 120. Okay, let's see what's happening. A lot of you have got it wrong this time. So people who could not answer it correctly, please don't give yourself 10 points. But people who have answered correctly, you get 10 points for this as well. Alright, so let us see what happens if you put an EFS lens on, what is going to happen if we put an EF lens on an EFS body. Let's see what is happening. If I put an EF lens on an EFS body, this is what is going to happen. See that? So my lens is projecting a lot of information onto the body, but my camera is going to capture only a small part of it. Only the center part of it. Amaya, you are right. Right? Good. So let us see how it looks in an image. Who all had attended my live number 1? You must be familiar with this picture that I had shown on live number 1. Alright. So this image basically is captured with a 100 mm macro lens, and I'm standing at 1 foot distance from the patient. I have with me 2 camera bodies, 6D and 700D, but only one lens, that's 100 mm macro lens. Okay, I have set my magnification ratio to say 1:1. So the distance from the patient is the same, but the view will not look the same. If I'm using 100 mm macro lens on a full frame, that's EF mount body, I'm going to be seeing a larger area in the sense lateral, central, lateral. However, if I'm standing at the same distance at the same magnification ratio, I'm using the same lens but a different body. This time I'm using EFS body, that's a crop sensor. I'm going to be seeing only 2 teeth in my picture, that's 2 centrals and maybe a little bit of lateral. So the people who answered saying that it will look slightly zoomed in, you all are right. What happens is you feel as if the camera has zoomed in, the lens has zoomed in by 1.6 times, but this is not what's actually happening. It's just that the notebook is smaller, your EFS notebook is smaller, so it's recording less information. EF notebook is bigger, so it's recording more amount of information. Basically the focal length is not changing, only the image, means the amount of detail that's being captured is lesser in an EFS. Let me show you how it looks. So if I'm standing at the same distance, I'm using the same lens but two different camera bodies, I'll be seeing 4 teeth in my full frame, and I'll be seeing 2 teeth on a crop sensor. I think we all understood this in the live number 1 that we had conducted. Okay, so people who answered this correctly, awesome, but people who did not answer correctly, this is what it means. All right, so I think a couple of people are leading now, so let us go ahead and see what is the difference between these two lenses. Physically, I want you all to see these two lenses. Let's go ahead and see the mount close-ups. All right, what mount is this? This is an EFS mount. The lens for that is this one. It's an EFS lens. All right, this is an EF mount, and the lens for that is this one. All right, how do we make out the difference between them? So first of all, EFS is already written, but suppose this has gone off, you can appreciate what lens this is with the help of a white color dot. You can see that there's an alignment dot over here. So this is an 1855 lens, it's an EFS lens, so it has a white color square. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be centering this white color dot on this white color. I'm going to be aligning this dot with this over here, and I'm going to rotate it and fix the lens on the camera body. So you have white male going inside a white female, and that's how you attach the lens. So EFS lenses have a white color square. However, EF lenses, they don't have a white color square. They have a red color circle, and it's slightly elevated. If you try to feel it, it's like a boil, red color boil. So if I want to attach EF lens onto EF mount, I'm going to be aligning red to the red like this, and I'm going to rotate it clockwise, and this is how I'm going to be fixing the lens onto my camera body. So let me show you how I'm going to be fixing my EF lens onto my EF camera body. Alright, so the first thing that I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be pressing and holding the lens release button. So this is a dead switch. I'm going to press and hold it, don't leave it, and I'm going to rotate this camera cover. As soon as I rotate it, I can leave this lens release button. You can see this is disengaged right now. So I'll be taking it off, and I'm going to be hiding the camera immediately like this. This is a very important thing to do because I don't want anything like dust particles or stuff to go inside my camera. Now I'm going to be taking my EF lens, and I'm going to be keeping the red color dot right in front of me. I'm going to align this red color dot with the red color dot over here like this. If you can appreciate, aligning the red color dot with the red color dot and rotate it clockwise. So it is locked right now, and my lens is ready for use. Alright, if your lens is correctly attached, you will get a F value. So if you can appreciate over here, my F is reading as F32, but if the lens was not correctly attached, for example, let me remove the lens and show it to you, F should become 00 because my camera is not able to read the lens. So I'm disengaging it, see it's disengaged, my F has become 00. Can you appreciate it? And if I mount it again, it has become F32. That's because I had set it to F32. Alright, so the best way to attach and detach a lens is going to be putting the camera off, press and hold the lens release button, rotate it anti-clockwise and hide it like this, so that the dust particle does not go inside the camera. Okay, let me put the lens cover back. This is the lens cover of my camera, sorry, the camera cover of my camera, and it's all packed again. This is my lens cover, so I'm going to be putting it back behind the lens cover, and this is my lens cap. Alright, so my lens is packed again. Okay, so I hope you understood how to attach and detach lenses. All right. So I showed you this thing right now, attaching EF lens to an EF body. All right. Now we are going to see how to attach EFS lens. This is my EFS lens onto an EFS body. That's a crop sensor body. I'm going to do the same thing. I have kept the lens ready such that the white dot is facing me. What I'm going to do is I'm going to press and hold this lens release button, rotate it anti-clockwise and hide the camera. I'm going to take the lens such that the white dot is right in front of me. This is a white square, if you can appreciate. Align the white to the white square and lock it like this. How do I confirm? I just have to put it on, and if I get a value on my F number, it's F29 right now, so my lens is correctly attached. Okay, so I'm going to release it again and remove the lens, but before that I've got to put my camera off, so it's out again. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach my EF lens with a red color dot on EFS body. Okay, so red color dot I have to align with the red color dot in my camera, which is over here. So you can see there's a red and a white, there are two dots, and I'm going to align and lock it like this. I'm going to check it again. If you get an F number reading, I've got F32, so it's correct. I've put the lens correctly. So this is how you are going to mount and unmount your lenses. Alright, so it is pretty obvious for all of us to understand that EFS mounts have a red color dot as well as a white color dot, obviously because EFS cameras accept both EF lenses as well as EFS lenses. However, my EF camera cannot accept EFS lenses, so there is no white color dot over here. I hope you guys understood what is the difference between the lens mounts or lens mounts. If there are any questions, I'll be asking for any doubts later on, but right now I'm not reading your comments. So let's go ahead with our session. So that's the main difference between an EFS lens and EF lens, EFS mount and EF mount. Alright, similarly, if you are a Nikon user, the crop sensor mount is called as a DX mount, and if you are a Nikon full frame user, it's called as FX. So it's just DX and FX. Okay. So I hope you've understood the difference. Usually people say that if you put EF lens, that's a lens made for a full frame, onto a crop sensor, there's a 1.6 times crop factor, so 100 mm is going to act like a 160 mm. But actually it's not like that. It's just that the amount of area that you're covering in an EFS camera is lesser as compared to an EF camera. That's all. Okay, so let us see what is going to happen. So if I basically, what I'm saying is, if I put this 100 mm lens, if I put this 100 mm lens on EF camera, that's a full frame camera, it is going to act like a 100 mm lens only. But if I put it on a crop sensor camera, it's going to act as if it is like a 160 mm lens. That's because of this thing that we learned just now. That's because of this thing that we just learned. This thing. Alright, this is what it means. However, my next question is, this is an EFS lens. Alright, so EFS lens attached on an EFS body. So this lens is actually for a crop sensor itself. Okay, and if I put this lens on a crop sensor body, obviously will there be a conversion factor or a crop factor that will come into place? Will there be a conversion factor or a crop factor that's going to happen? Can you tell me? Like when I attached this lens, that's 100 mm to EFS, that's a crop sensor, there was a crop factor that came into play. 100 became 160. The view is like this. So on an EF camera it looked like this, but EFS camera it looked more zoomed in, so it's looking like a view from 160 mm. Alright, but if you put this lens, will there be a crop factor? The answer is no, because this lens itself is for a crop sensor body. So I think this might be a little too confusing for people. We'll come back to this. We'll come back to this in some time. So this is not a question for points, but I just asked it, hoping that you must have understood what I'm trying to say. Okay. Yeah, perfect. Okay, most of the people are answering it correctly. Sai, you are right. Ameya, you are right. And Gaurav, you are also right. There will be no crop factor. Ramiz Abdul, you are right. Okay, yeah. Now listen to this. Listen to this carefully. In Nikon, there are two macro lenses. Alright? One is 85mm and one is 105mm. Alright? Are you getting me? So, the 105 is FX, that's a full frame. However, my 85 is a DX lens. So, will there be a crop factor involved in that? If I am putting 85mm macro Nikon DX mount on a crop sensor, which is DX mount, will there be a crop factor involved? Will it become 120 or something like that? Anyone who can answer this? So I'm going to put 85mm macro DX on a DX body. Will it have a crop factor that's coming into play? Roberta, you use Nikon, that's nice to hear. Would you want to answer this, Roberta? If you are mounting 85mm macro lens DX on a DX body, will you have a crop factor? The answer is no, obviously. That's because the lens is made for a crop sensor body. There won't be any crop factor. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Because that 85mm lens was made for the crop sensor itself. So there is no crop factor involved. Alright, there is going to be no difference. I'm really glad that we all understood what is EFS and what is EF. Alright, let me show you a couple of lenses and ask you what lens is that. I'll just show you the hint. You have to tell me what lens is this. Tell me what lens is this. Is it an EF lens or an EFS lens? I'm not going to show you anything more, but just tell me what lens is this, EF or EFS. So this is a 50mm lens and it is an EF lens. Yeah, you all can see this is a Canon 50mm and it is an EF lens. It's not an EFS lens. How do we confirm? It must be written on your lens. Yeah, it's written right over here. Can you appreciate? Canon EF lens 50mm. Can you all see that? EF lens. Yeah, perfect. Meghna, Suma, you all are right. This is an EF lens. Amazing. So any lens which has a red color dot in it in Canon is an EF lens. All right, perfect. Hamid, amazing. Jarani, yes, you're right. Now tell me, what lens is this? What lens is this? Please tell me what is this lens. I'm not asking what is the focal length and stuff. Just tell me if it's an EF lens or an EFS lens, please. What lens is this? You have the hint right in front of you. Anand Raju, yes, you are right. Anyone else? Red color dot in Sony is what lens, sir? I have no idea. Maybe you'll have to Google and find out. I don't use Sony, so I can't speak for it. Ragini, Indu, yeah, all of you are right. EFS, sorry, this is an EF lens because it has a red color dot. You all are right. Okay, now tell me, I'm just going to hide everything about the lens. Just tell me what lens is this. What is this lens? What is this lens?